Hello, good evening. Okay, I'm gonna get this started. I'm just glad that everything is working. I'm sorry if there are sounds outside. Um, there's a lot of construction going on in this area, and I hear sounds all of the time. Okay, so this is my internship wrap up. Okay, I'm gonna introduce myself in the next slide, but hello, my name is Ataia Templeton. I am entering the School of Social Work at the University of Michigan in Ann Arbor. Um, I will be focusing in on two tracks offered here at the university. The first one is community change, and the second one is policy and political social work, which I'm super excited about. Um, Couple different things about me. I'm originally from Detroit, uh, more specifically the 6 Mile and Greenfield general area. Um, I've been around that area my entire life. We've had like three different houses in that one area, and I went to school at Mumford High School. That was not important, but like, yeah. Um, in the future, I'll talk a little bit more about this later, but I plan to return to Detroit and work with the community and for the community. So nonprofit organizations, places like Hand, um, or even in like local government, somewhere in there after like receiving my master's degree next year in December of 2024. So it's gonna be quick. Okay, so this semester, um, a lot of things happened in May. There was just onboarding. I did some COC and LMS training. June, I started working with the Rapid Rehousing Work Group and also on the CAM training project, which amounted to about 30 pages of just like notes. um, July, I was still working on the CAM training project, but I also did the July bulletin board. And then August, we got the CAM training project, but also the site mapping partnership page for the Hand website project that I did, as well as like the opportunity to start setting up partnerships, even though we didn't really get to see that through because of lack of response. Okay. So, a little bit more about some of the different tasks that, um, that I did throughout the summer. The July bulletin board, it came out wonderfully. The theme was self-care, and, I used colors that I felt like were calm and serene. And we also added a little video about like the radical background of like self-care, which I was really happy that I could contribute to it in addition to like making the whole thing. I'm really glad that I volunteered for that. Um, the partnership site mapping project, it was super quick. I never did site mapping before, which I'm glad I got the opportunity to do now. Tori's feedback was really positive, but she noted that it could have used a bit more like detail for the actual wording for the website, which I didn't know that I should add. So the next time I have the opportunity to site map, I'll be sure to be as specific as possible. And then finally, I didn't mention this in the last slide, but I also reviewed the HUD CE training. This was a part of the CAM training project that was ongoing. I just completed the training myself, and then I gave notes on what I thought about it, how useful it was, and things like that. I'm pretty sure I spoke those notes, so I probably should have wrote them down for hand, but I like verbally gave my notes to Tori. Okay. The most memorable moment was jamming to 21 Pilots in our capacity team building meeting. I really loved 21 Pilots, and I felt like I was able to connect a little bit more with the other interns and with Tori when she played the song during our meeting. So yeah. Um yeah. The most advanced project was definitely the HUD CE training was the training project that is ongoing. Um it's a compilation of like notes to support the production of like hands-on like training materials that will hopefully be very, very useful in the future, um and all of the things. I tried to be as specific as possible in these notes, but I also um, wanted to be as concise as possible and be very specific about the wording too. Um, and it was a very tedious project to do. In total, I completed 115 and a half hours, which is a lot for an internship that is unpaid. But I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed the internship. Um, so after I finished my graduate education, I mentioned earlier that I'm committed to moving back to Detroit and I want to work in like the realm of like policy with local government. Personally, I feel like I want to be in like the area of like education or housing policy or something like that, where I get to work with people to ensure that they have like the best experience in their education, K through 12, or the best experience getting housing. um, I recognize that like um actually no, I won't say that. I will say that I don't really have any like specific positions in mind at the moment. However, like my participation in this internship with hand for the semester, um it feels even more clear that this is something that I want to do. Um through this internship, I learned about how all of these different systems and people in these different organizations work together to address um, housing issues in Detroit. Um, and like considering the gentrification that's happening in Detroit right now, I only imagine that like it's really going to get worse and more and more people are going to get displaced because housing is becoming more and more unaffordable, which is encouraging wealthier, whiter people to move into the city. Um, yeah. So that just like being able to explore those systems throughout this internship feels it was exactly what I wanted from the beginning. I guess I didn't know a lot about how Detroit responds to homelessness, and I'm really happy that I got to engage with some of y'all. Um, I was also able to make connections between what I already knew, and the things that I really did not know, through the task that I had. And I feel like I greatly attained my initial goal, um, to learn about how Detroit responds to homelessness. So, of course, moving on. Here's my resume. This is only the first page. I have like two more pages. But as you can see at the very, very top of professional service, I added the Homeless Action Network of Detroit internship and the duration of the internship. I didn't have any, I didn't add the specific trainings that I did for the internship, because I was unsure how I could translate those trainings to skills, to hard skills. But yes, it is official now. And is a part of my work experience. I don't know. Anyways, I wrote a little note for Tori on this slide. I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to be a summer intern. Um I'll just read it. Hi Tori. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be your summer intern. I can confidently say I wouldn't have grown and learned as much as I have these past 3 months without your supportive feedback. I'm so grateful for the opportunity to learn so much about HUD and especially enjoyed the site mapping project. That was actually really fun for me. Um, as a result of this experience, I'm more excited than ever to pursue a career in local government and feel very well equipped to take on the vice president role in student government in the School of Social Work, which I will be running for this semester. Okay. I'd love to stay in touch as I continue through my graduate program. You can reach me at that email, ataia@umich.edu, or my phone number, 313-550-8488. And if there are any openings in hand down the road or your department, I hope you'll consider me so that I can apply later. Thank you again for such an incredible internship, and I wish you and the hand team all the best. Warmly, Ataia. I also want to note the credits at the bottom of the page where the template is from. Okay. Thank you for watching this presentation. Okay, have a good day or night or whatever. Okay, bye.